Is there a difference between family history and genealogy? I get asked this pretty frequently, and it can be a hot topic amongst genealogists, family historians, and researchers alike. First and foremost, the important thing is that you're doing the work and enjoying yourself regardless of the semantics of it all. Many people use family history and genealogy interchangeably, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But for me, there are subtle differences. For example, you may have noticed in my 2 previous videos that I talked about what began my passion for family history and then what started my passion for genealogy. They're 2 separate experiences that together have come to play a big role in my life, both personally and professionally. Family history and genealogy each involve seeking information about ancestors, but it's often the ways in which that information is sought or presented that varies, in my view. Genealogy focuses on collecting data from records, such as names, dates, places, and tracing descendants from yourself or an ancestor. The result of those efforts is a documented pedigree or family tree. It's a little more cut and dry when it comes to the facts, and if you're following the genealogical proof standard, those facts need to be based on verified documentation and reasonably exhaustive research. On the other hand, I use the term family history as a more broad term, and though it encompasses genealogical research, including the names, dates, and places, pedigrees, and records, the focus is a narrative, the stories of your ancestors. A passenger manifest can tell you when and where your ancestor immigrated, for example, but it doesn't tell you the why. Maybe your ancestor was leaving a poverty-stricken country in search of opportunity elsewhere or fleeing persecution. The stories behind the records are what give color and context to your ancestors' lives and aim to answer the why, not just the who, what, when, and where. It includes the family traditions passed on from generation to generation and focuses on the triumphs, the hardships, and the overall experiences of what it was like to live during those times. Understanding the context of the period of time during which your ancestors lived, as well as the environment, is an important part of family history. The events that affected their lives were from a different economic, social, and historical time than the world we live in today, and need to be viewed through that lens in order to keep it all in perspective. If genealogy is the cut and dry pursuit of information and documentation, then family history is the emotional counterpart, adding depth and experiential detail to the lives that came before us. Each is important and dependent on the other, which is why I think it's so easy to combine the 2. Everyone approaches these subjects at their own pace, with their own goals. Some choose to focus more on the genealogy aspect and building their pedigree back as far as possible, while others may be more interested in the stories that make up the lives of their ancestors. Some, like me, are interested in both. Wherever you may fall on the spectrum, I plan to go into detail on both subjects, and there should be something for everyone along the way.